Welcome to the Global WarWatch Network. The Strait of Hormuz, it's been shut down for over 5 weeks. Today, we're going to break down how the U.S. Marines could forcibly open it, not in months, but potentially in a matter of days, using a pretty radical air assault strategy. Now, if you want to stay informed on critical global security issues just like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Right, so let's just get a sense of the scale here. We're talking about a major global choke point that's been completely shut down for over a month. Something like 20% of the entire world's oil flows through this one narrow strip of water. So the question is a huge one. What would it really take for the U.S. Marines to force it open and do it fast? So what exactly is stopping ships from getting through? Before we jump into the solution, we've got to understand the problem. What are the specific threats U.S. forces would be staring down if they tried to clear the strait? Well, Iran has this multi-layered defense that's designed to make any direct naval approach just incredibly painful. They've been planning for this exact scenario for years, with a strategy that's basically called anti-access/area denial. What does that mean? It means a thick minefield, swarms of these small, fast attack boats designed to just overwhelm a ship's defenses, and a whole coastline bristling with ballistic missile batteries. And maybe the most important part of their strategy is to just drag out any conflict, hoping to make it so costly that the political will to continue just evaporates. You know, when people hear a term like amphibious assault, I think their minds immediately go to those scenes from World War II movies, right? Thousands of troops storming a heavily fortified beach. But given the kind of defenses Iran has set up, that approach would be an absolute meat grinder. So is that what we're talking about here? No, absolutely not. And this is the crucial point. The modern Marine Corps strategy, which is laid out in a doctrine called Force Design 2030, is a complete paradigm shift. The idea isn't to fight through the threat anymore, it's to go right over it. So instead of that slow, heavy beach landing, the focus is now on a super-fast, expeditionary insertion from the air. And this quote really just sums it all up perfectly. The entire force is being reshaped to use speed and technology to its advantage, making the enemy's biggest strengths, all those coastal defenses, almost irrelevant. All right, so a great strategy is one thing, but you need the right tools to actually pull it off. So let's get into the hardware. What are the specific assets that make this whole air-centric operation even possible? Okay, it all starts with a ship like the USS Tripoli. Now, this is not your granddad's amphibious assault ship. It was built for a specific purpose. It doesn't even have a well deck. That's the part that normally launches landing craft. They got rid of it to maximize hangar space. So it's basically a dedicated launch pad for a whole new generation of aircraft. And then you have the F-35B. This plane is the real game changer here. Its ability to take off from a really short runway and land vertically like a helicopter means it can operate from the Tripoli. This brings fifth-generation stealth, incredibly advanced sensors, and serious firepower right to the front line, all without needing a massive, full-sized aircraft carrier. So how do you get the Marines from the ship to the shore? That's where the MV-22 Osprey comes in. And the number you're looking at here, 450 nautical miles, that's the key. That incredible range allows the Osprey to fly troops in from ships that are way over the horizon, far outside the reach of most of those coastal missile threats. Okay, so you've got the ship, you've got the jets, you've got the transports. It's a really impressive toolkit. But how does it all fit together? What's the play-by-play for a coordinated attack that can actually seize territory and open the strait? It's a multi-step operation, but it's all about speed. First, air power. We're talking F-35s, maybe some long-range bombers. Would take out Iran's coastal missile batteries and their command and control centers. Then, the Ospreys launch from the Tripoli, carrying Marines, maybe even supported by Army paratroopers. They just fly right over the sea mines and the swarm boats, completely bypassing those naval threats, and then seize a critical piece of land, an island or a spot on the coast itself. Yeah, the official term for this is mounted vertical maneuver. It sounds like jargon, but the idea is actually pretty simple. You're not just inserting scouts, you're inserting a self-sustaining force, a unit that's ready to fight the second their boots hit the ground, deep inside enemy territory. Okay, so the Marines are on the ground, deep in hostile territory. They've bypassed that first layer of defenses, but now they're incredibly vulnerable. I mean, they're basically a giant target. So how do you protect them from the massive counterattack that is surely coming? It's all about layers. Protection comes from everywhere at once. From way out at sea, you've got Aegis-equipped destroyers creating this powerful anti-missile shield, ready to knock down incoming rockets. Up in the air, you have F-35s and A-10 Warthogs providing constant close air support. And critically, both the ships and the troops on the ground have their own systems to deal with one of the biggest threats today, drones. And to counter that growing threat of a drone swarm attack, they've got systems like the Coyote. And this technology is just fascinating. It's essentially a kamikaze drone that is designed to hunt other drones. It flies out towards an incoming swarm and then detonates with a proximity fuse, basically creating a cloud of shrapnel that can shred multiple enemy drones in a single shot. So the bottom line here is that this entire strategy uses speed, air power, and advanced tech to make traditional coastal defenses almost obsolete. You bypass the fight on the water entirely. And that raises a really big question for military planners all over the world. Is this agile, air-centric model the future of all coastal conflict? And that's all the time we have for this explainer. Thanks so much for your time and for joining us. We'd love to hear what you think down in the comments. Is this strategy the future? Let us know. And if you found this breakdown valuable, please do us a favor and like, share, and subscribe to the Global WarWatch Network. You can also join the conversation on our social media channels. All the links for that are right there in the description below. Thanks again for watching.